It's Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. Please make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and make sure you share all of my videos all over your social media. I'm going to get right into this today, and I'm going to start by saying this. I live in the real world, and there are a lot of people out there, and many of you know the same type of people I do that do not live in the real world. They are completely delusional to what is going on. What's happening in the housing market, delusional. What's happening in commercial real estate, delusional. What's happening in the job market, employment, they're delusional. And a lot of people actually believe that the economy is doing okay right now. There's even people out there that think the economy is booming. And, you know, just this storm that we had over the weekend, people were telling me that I'm delusional, that it's only an inch or two of rain. And so I'm somebody that lives right here, who is in the epicenter of this storm, yet people are telling me who don't live around here that it was no big deal, that it was an inch or two of rain. Please stay tuned. I'm gonna have some more footage from the drone just to show you some of the aftermath out here. It could have been much, much worse, but we got over 4 inches of rain out here in the desert. And yes, we could have got 7 or 8. It would have been catastrophic, but it was enough to derail trains out here. We've had trains sitting on the tracks here now for 2 days. I-10 was closed down. Parts of I-10 closed down yesterday. Cities below Big Bear evacuated. Some people had major damage done to their homes here, and lost cars. We've had so much road damage, road closures, lights out. So we've had utility companies trying to get the lights back on our roads today. And a lot of people just had damage, flooding damage to their homes. And yet people just say, no big deal. It was just an inch or two of rain. And these are the same people. Stay tuned to the end of this video. I'll show you where somebody tried to drive down a road that had water, and they didn't make it. They had to evacuate their truck, get out, and now their truck is totaled as it got swept away in the flood. It's these people who are delusional. They go, oh, the water's not that deep, the storm's not that bad, I'm just gonna drive through it. And they're the ones that get swept away. They're the ones who lose their vehicles. You know, the ones that you see just, you know, drifting down a river, just tumbling all over the place because they thought they could make it through the shallow water and found out the water wasn't that shallow, or the current wasn't that bad. And the delusional people find out real quick what reality is. And so as I make this video today, I advise all of you not to be a zombie, not to be delusional, to, you know, look at the warnings, pay attention to the warning signs. And you're going to put the odds in your favor and be much better off than these people who just don't pay attention, the people that just think it's not that bad, who are completely delusional. So again, stay tuned to the rest of this video, and I'll put some drone footage in just to show you a little bit. We could have spent literally 2 days just filming the damage that just took place out here in the Palm Springs area, and just so much flooding, so many vehicles that were lost, and homes and buildings damaged, and roadways. But the sun's out today, and things are looking back to normal, thank God. And we're very, very blessed that we didn't get more rain than was anticipated. So we got about 4.5 inches, way better than the 6 to 9 inches they thought we could have got. But let's get into some of this news today for the delusional zombies out there. Home sales fall again in July as supply drops near quarter-century low. It's always the supply dropping. Even though home builders are building homes as fast as they can, we're seeing inventory on the MLS throughout the country rising. Sales of previously owned homes dropped 2.2% in July from June. Sales were 16.6% lower this July than last July, and that is an enormous number. I checked bankrate.com today. 30-year fixed mortgage, 7.62%. We're looking at existing home sales, the lowest since 2010. And we're going to continue to hear that it's all about inventory. It's not about mortgage rates now approaching 8%. And in some cases, people are paying well over 9% right now for a 30-year because they're not coming in with 20% down. They're not coming in with an 840 FICO. And so a lot of people now are paying well over 9% for a 30-year. They're not talking about all the inventory coming with the builders. They're not talking about the Airbnb inventory that is coming on the market. No, it's just always the shortage of inventory. Like they've been telling us about the automobile industry where you just can't get a car. There's just no inventory. Drive by a car lot today and you will not have a problem finding a car. Now, I do believe that home prices are still completely overvalued, and I do 110% believe that is going to change as we get closer into 2024. I think this is when the fireworks start. This is where we really begin to see the cracks in the dam. Let's talk a little bit more about the delusion that's happening in the economy today. Dick's Sporting Goods shares fall 24% as retailer slashes outlook over theft concerns. They reported a 23% drop in profits and slashed its guidance for the year. Apparently, people aren't going camping as much as they used to. All the discretionary spending now is disappearing, and we're going to continue to see more theft at these stores. And really, the theft of your purchasing power is going to continue as inflation is going to continue to go up. And I think we're going to see a surge in inflation at some point when they are going to be forced to raise fuel prices, because we are going to continue to drain our strategic petroleum reserves. We're going to purposely not open up those pipelines. We're purposely not going to drill, and people are going to be forced to pay more and more. And by them manipulating the gas price by draining our strategic petroleum reserves in order to push those prices down and manipulate the inflation numbers. How long can they do that as we continue to drain our reserves? And we are really jeopardizing the security of this nation by doing that. But at some point, we're not going to be able to drain reserves anymore because there won't be any reserves left. And then we're going to see fuel prices going up like we're seeing right now. I'm seeing at some of the cheapest gas stations out here, Arco, you're looking at unleaded gasoline at $4.95. You go to a Chevron, it's $5.65, $5.69. Charles Schwab slashing jobs, offices to streamline operations, plans on slashing headcount to counter cost pressures. Now, they did not disclose how many employees that they're going to cut, but it's going to be, I'm sure, a pretty big number because they're looking to cut $400 to $500 million. The Hedge today. This is about credit card balances. This is about student loans. Macy's crashes as consumer situation deteriorates. Macy's stock down a little over 14% today. People, if they don't have credit cards, they're not shopping. And guess what? Now, in the beginning of October, people are going to have to start paying those student loans back. And that on average is going to be about $500 per month. And that's going to be about $15.5 billion not going back into the economy, not going to Macy's, not going to Nordstrom's, not going to the bars, not going to the restaurants. It's going back to paying their debt. Macy's CFO said, what we did see is that the speed of these delinquencies across all age balances or age balances actually accelerated after the first quarter. Credit card delinquencies took a bite out of Macy's results in the second quarter. Credit card revenues down by $84 million to $150 million. That is astonishing. So we're going to begin to see some real big changes here as we wind down summer, as we head into fall, and we're going to continue to see commercial real estate crumble and crack, housing market next, credit card delinquencies rising, and now people on average, 44 million borrowers of student loan debt on average, $500 a month now going to have to go back to paying their debts. How will they make the car payments? How will they make the credit card payments? How are they going to go shopping? How are they going to eat? Many said that they're not even going to be able to eat. So what were they doing for the past 3.5 years? Apparently not saving money, not preparing for paying their bills. They were hoping that you and I would have to pay this for them. And now their standard of living, their lifestyle is about to change. The Hedge today, more than half of small businesses believe the U.S. is already in recession. 52%, it says right here, of small businesses believe that the U.S. is already in recession. 58% of small businesses or business owners believe that the economy is poor, and that number is going to grow. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Where do you see the economy right now? Is it doing okay? Is it poor? Is it collapsing? And where do you think the economy is going to be by the end of 2023? I mean, I can't even think about 2024 at this point because we've still got September, October, November, December of this year, and a lot can happen. And speaking of a lot happening, the earthquake starts today. Jim Rickards, the hedge. The BRICS Leaders Summit began today. Now, most people are probably watching a baseball game. Maybe they're watching a cartoon. They're not paying attention to reality. They're not paying attention to what's happening in the real world, what's about to change the real world. There is a new world coming, ladies and gentlemen. This meeting is the most significant development in international finance in the last 50 years, according to Jim Rickards. It has the potential, he says, to displace the US dollar as the leading payment currency and reserve currency from a standing start in just a few years. I do believe within probably the next 5 years, there's going to be a whole new system. There's going to be a new currency or currencies. Right now, this is a 5-member group with 67 countries invited to attend this BRICS summit. Of the 67 countries, more than 20 have expressed interest in joining the BRICS, and 7 have formally applied for membership. The next newest member to be admitted will probably be, you guessed it, Saudi Arabia. Think about Russia and Saudi Arabia. These are the 2 largest oil producers on planet Earth, and they're going to be members of BRICS. 2 of the 3 largest oil producers on planet Earth. And yet people believe that this has no importance. Dave Ramsey laughs at the thought that the US dollar could be dethroned. Most of you know, probably 98% of you, 99% of you watching this video today understand what is going on. Now, you have a lot of friends who have no idea. This is speaking Latin to them. Many of you have friends that know every quarterback in the NFL, can name every pitcher in the major leagues, but they have no idea what the BRICS is. They have no idea what is happening today with the BRICS summit. They have no idea the pressure that the American dollar is about to see in the next few years. There's a lot happening. And there's also a lot of delusional people out there that almost seem like they need to be told what to do, what to believe. They're literally zombies walking around. I just love when people tell me, when we're right here watching a tropical storm, that literally it's sunny out, that you only got an inch of rain, that you have no idea what you're talking about, while I'm sitting right here watching 3 feet of water on the street right out the window here. Yet I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm the one that's delusional. This is the point we've come to in society, where the sky is no longer blue. If you say it's raining out, it's rainbows and teddy bears and puffy white clouds. These people are so delusional. They cannot face reality. They fear reality. And the only thing I can think of is they fear reality because they fear what's coming, and they know that they are the most unprepared people on planet Earth. And they know that when this gets here, they'd rather just ignore it and deny it, because they know deep down when it gets here, they're in very, very big trouble. They're in trouble physically, they're going to be in trouble spiritually, they're in trouble financially, because they just cannot believe reality. They just cannot absorb the truth. They just cannot do anything but deny the truth and reality. And I just... You can only put so much in hope, right? Hope doesn't cash your paycheck. Hope is not going to save your life. Hope is not going to make you rich. You've got to be preparing. You've got to believe in reality. You've got to believe the warning signs that you're seeing right now, and you must take action. We're going to see big events unfold socially, big events unfold politically, spiritually, financially. Every realm, we're going to see major events unfold, and you need to be preparing accordingly right now. So stay tuned to the rest of this video. I'll put up some footage, a little bit of the storm. Like I said, we could spend 48 hours just driving around the Coachella Valley here and show the damage, but I put a little bit on there so you kind of get the gist of it. Thank God that everything's okay. Things, again, could have been much worse, but the sun's back out, the water is receding, excuse me. And in probably a few days, after the roads get cleaned up, all the lights get back on at the intersections, things will get back to normal here. But continue to stay on course, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get complacent. That's what they want you to do. They want you to believe everything's okay. They want you to be complacent. They want you to go out and spend a lot of money, run up a lot more debt, go buy a house today at 9%. Everything's fine. We are in uncharted waters. We have never been where we are right now. So walk close to God and prepare. God bless every one of you. Thanks for watching. And as always, I look forward to speaking with each and every one of you tomorrow. God bless. So we're just heading out after the storm. It is Monday afternoon, and this road is closed. And it looks apparently like a landscaper truck is stuck, trying to make it through. I'll zoom this in a little bit and see if you can get a better look. So there was just a police helicopter flying overhead, but it looks like this individual made a bad choice. So this is just some of the mess left over from the storm, and some people said it wasn't that bad, but this thing did hundreds of millions of dollars of damage in California, millions here in our area. Just imagine what this is going to cost to clean this up. Water everywhere. So even past the truck, the road is completely washed out. Total disaster. So that's just some of the damage that we're witnessing today as I'm trying to get to lunch. There was a massive train derailment. A train literally got engulfed in mud, just sunk in mud in Palm Springs, right off of the Gene Autry 10 exit. So this train is backed up right here. Just wanted to film this for you. Backed all the way up for, it looks like miles. So we got a real mess here. Water everywhere. I-10 is backed up as there's lane closures because of all the mud on Interstate 10. It's a just complete mess. So we got even military equipment here. So check this out. I'll try to zoom in for you. All the military units here. 2 back there, a couple here. So it kind of gives you an idea of the situation with the cleanup. So I'm at the gas station that is attached to the Agua Caliente Casino right across the street. A lot of damage over here, a lot of flooding, and they're moving very quickly to get it cleaned up. They want that casino at full capacity tonight. So, but it's pretty wild to see military equipment here. I don't know where they're working, but they're fueling up here. So I just want to show that to you. So this is a shopping center literally about a mile from my house, and you can just see this is now, we're heading into evening here, Monday evening, about 5:30, and this is a car wash right here, and you can tell the water's pretty deep, and they're not going to be open for business anytime soon. A couple other businesses over here certainly flooded. And it's 5:30 in the afternoon and still a lot of water. Now it is, water goes all the way back there. Now I will say, surprisingly, the ground is really absorbing this water quicker than I expected. But look at this. These buildings are absolutely flooded, parking lot flooded. So imagine how bad this was last night, early this morning when it was raining. So for anybody out there that just says, oh, this was a little thunderstorm, millions upon millions of dollars of damage.